Good morning, my beautiful Bhava babes. How you doing out there? Happy Sunday. Who we got live with us today? Hala, leave a comment so that I know you're here. Good morning, beautiful Nicole. Lovely to see you, sweet one. I like your little sun emoji. That's great. Yeah, let me know you're here. Let me know where you are in this great, big, beautiful world. I love to see how we pull together this energy, this net of activity, of energetic activity from all corners of the world. It's very, very cool. If you're new here, also give a holler. I want to give you a special shout out, give you some extra love. If you're returning, hi, thank you, welcome back. I love you so much. Good morning, Stella. Good morning, Kira. So nice to see you guys, you ladies on here. Not guys, you're ladies. All right, hello, beautiful Jim. There's my guy, friend, from Minnesota. How is it? Is it still very, very cold there? So we've got like 70 degrees here in Northern California, and on Tuesday it's going to snow. Schizophrenic weather. Okay, so weird. So anyway, so if you're new here on the live video or if you're watching the replay, my name is Ingrid H. Turner. I'm the founder of the Bhava Spiritual Mission. We are a non-denominational, all-digital church, and we are here to help you live in partnership with Spirit, and we do that all kinds of different ways. We do that through our live broadcasts on Sundays. You can find me here every Sunday sharing a message from Spirit, prayer healings, readings, just giving a ton of love. And you guys all participating in that. Good morning, Sarah. Nice to see you on here, gorgeous. We also have our school, which is on pause at the moment, but if you're interested, you can look at our website, bhavamission.org. That's in the description of the video. Learn more about our organization, more about our school. Our school is designed to help you not only just live in partnership with Spirit, but really hone in and tune into your spiritual gifts, your intuitive gifts, your healing gifts, your teaching gifts, and bring those out into the world. And we're going to relaunch that very soon as we get all the nuts and bolts sorted out. So you can keep track of what's going on there. And if you want to be on a list to be notified when we reopen our school, please let me know. And I will make sure you are on that list and you are notified right away. If you're coming here and you're finding a lot of value in these messages every week and these readings, please consider sharing out this video to the people who you feel would benefit as well from these teachings from Divine Spirit as they come through this channel right here. And please participate, okay? Your participation in these messages expands it for everybody, for me, for you, for everybody watching live, for everybody watching the replay, for people scanning the comments. It's really powerful and potent when we come together and we create this incredible sacred space and open up to Divine Spirit. You are activating me and I am activating you. That's what happens when channels get together. It doesn't matter how far away we are, okay? It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Spirit doesn't care a thing about time or space. Lock in, tune in, set your intention, and let's pop open together, all right? And bring through the messages from Divine Spirit. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. I kick us off with a grounding meditation. I'll open us up with a prayer, and then we'll do our prayer healings. That's when I invite you to put your prayer into the mix, and we will affirm those prayers and give it a little extra juice today, okay? So if you're able to, go ahead and close your eyes with me. Let's take 3 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Really slowing yourself down this morning. Feel all of your energy pool in your root chakra. Maybe you'll feel warm or tingly. You'll just be aware that it's happening. Take a deep breath in and pull the energy from your root into your heart. Exhale and hold the energy in your heart. Inhale and pull the energy from your heart into your crown. Exhale and hold the energy in your crown. Inhale and pull the energy out of your body. Feel it connect with divine source energy. And with the out breath, pull that energy back into your body and into your heart. Breathe in and hold the energy in your heart. Breathe out and pull the energy down to your root. Breathe in and hold the energy in your root. Breathe out and push the energy down your legs and into your feet. Breathe in and hold the energy in your feet. Breathe out and push the energy into the earth. Feel that energy hook in with the earth's core. And take a deep breath in and pull it back up towards your feet. Exhale. Inhale and feel the energy hit the soles of your feet. And move up your legs and pull again in the root chakra. And exhale into your root chakra. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you for bringing us together today, creating this incredible global net for divine spirit, for divine healing, divine energy, and divine wisdom. Help us open up completely today, open up our entire aura to receive the divine message today, to receive divine healing, and bring it out into our lives in a way that is understandable, practical, relatable, so that we can spread divine love to all who we connect with and do our part in raising the consciousness of this planet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'd like to invite you to add your prayer, beloved. Pray for yourself, for the collective, for a loved one, for a not so loved one. Prayer is so powerful in this paradigm. Bring it out of your head and into your heart and expressing it through typing it, through speaking it, through writing it. It will be answered. And all of us are going to come and affirm that prayer for you so that we can give it that extra juice, like that extra push, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful Stella says, praying for patience, reassurance, and clarity for those who need it. And let's all affirm that beautiful prayer from Stella. We are praying for patience, for reassurance, for clarity, for all of us who need it, for ourselves, for Stella, for everyone out on the planet who is needing these energies to make their journey or their transition smoother, a little easier, a little more presence. Thank you, Stella. That's absolutely a beautiful prayer. Kira is praying for family and good health. That's beautiful. Let's all pray for our families and affirm this prayer for Kira, praying for our families, for the health and wellness of our families, our beloveds, our family, our blood, our family, our friends, our family, our soul family. Thank you. That is gorgeous, Kira. Thank you so much. Oh, boy. Anybody else got any prayers? Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. Stella, you're gorgeous. I loved these prayers and getting all juiced up by affirming these prayers. Let's talk about what Spirit has today for us, okay? So I'm going to pull from my own experience because, all of us are a work in progress, right? And by work in progress, I mean, really, we're just always forever expanding. Creation is always expanding. The universe is always expanding. You are always expanding. You are a universe, right? You are a universe and you are always expanding. And so I've been going through some massive expansion recently. And I've talked a little bit about my travels, right? How I've given up my apartment. This is the last week I'm here, and I'm turning my car into a little micro camper, and I'm going out on the road, and I'm going to just go for a while. I'm just following Spirit, following my faith. And here's the thing. I have wanted to do this for years and years and years. I mean, so many years. It has been a lifelong dream of mine to do full-time travel, to do slow travel. And I don't know how long I'll do it for, but I'm just so, I've just always wanted to do this. And every time I have made a move towards it in my past, I have been blocked. All right. And I have had this, that yearning desire, that attachment to that desire, that desperation behind a desire. That's what has always been there for me when it comes to travel. And so I've always experienced just the wanting of it and always felt so very far away. And now it's happening. And I'm having a really interesting experience that I have been reflecting on, particularly this week, is it's so easy. And it's so well, of course, this is happening. It's just like another day in the life. When for years it was this big slide, high in the sky, I just, how do I do that? How do I get there? What do I need to do? And just working so hard in my mind about it, and looking at all the reasons I couldn't, and wondering how to fix it all and solve it all and move things around, and all the reasons I couldn't. And it just, like, space just opened up, and I am able to move into it with such ease and such grace, to the point where I don't even have any desire to, like, sing from the rooftops about it. I'm talking to you about it because I have something behind it I want to share, something deeply spiritually relevant to this whole experience. But you don't see me, like, on Facebook talking about it, or doing Instagram photos, or making a big deal about it, because it's not an identity thing. It's just happening. It's just something that I am experiencing. Good morning, Joyce. Nice to see you. Hey, Skyla, I'm glad you're on here, darling. So what have I learned about this? As I've been reflecting on this, I'm like, that's interesting. I would expect to be having a really intense experience with moving into this desire being realized. And what I've come to understand is the work that I did to realize this desire, it wasn't mindset, a little bit. It wasn't like nervous system work. I mean, yes, some. It wasn't like hard work and pushing, some self-care, some. All of this, like, kind of came together. Truly, the work for this desire to be realized for me was learning how to love myself. And Spirit was sharing with me through my own experience, and looking at sort of the smaller versions of this that has happened throughout my lifetime. The work to manifest your desire is really the work to learn to love yourself again. Okay, coming home to loving yourself. Because your desire is not like that attachment that we have to the desire, that desperation, that need. You know what that is? That is your clue that you are entering into territories where you don't love yourself. And that is where your work is. When you love yourself, your desires manifest really easily and without much fanfare. Why? Because you are in the flow of creation. You are here expanding like the universe, because you are expanding creation through your lived experience. And what is the stuff of creation? It's love. The stuff of creation is love. And so when you are operating out of self-love, loving yourself, your desires manifest, because it's the next iteration of your experience, which is expanding creation. And it becomes really easy. So when you're going through an experience and you're feeling like, I want this and I can't have it, and how do I get it? And that contracted, tight feeling, that is simply a signal, hey, you don't love yourself. You need to work on loving yourself. It's not about striving. It's not about even healing, except healing is required to love yourself. It's about love yourself, loving yourself, and your desires expand easily, beautifully, completely. That's the work I've been doing for the last 10 years or so, heavily in the last 3 or 4 years. And I do somatic renewal. That is my practice for learning how to love myself. Because what I'm working on is peeling away the layers of conditioned unlovability. Because you know what? Self-love is your natural state. You are born loving yourself. You are born in divine providence, loving yourself. It is your natural state. Everything else is conditioning. Conditioned unlovability. You have to peel that away and get to the bottom, to the core, to the crux, to the diamond, to the gem that is you, that is inside you. All right. Everything else is conditioning. I use somatic renewal. It's not the only path there. Truly, the hardest thing for you, it was the hardest for me, is to make that commitment. To moving through the bullshit, to peeling away, to letting it go. And then allowing the doors to open, the techniques to flow, the teachers to come, who will guide you back to your inner core. Today, all you have to do is make a commitment. Can you do that? The commitment is, I'm committed to learning how to love myself. Because here's the thing, it's actually really important for you to realize your desires. It's really important for you to realize your desires, not because you're being rewarded, but because by realizing your desires through self-love, through the practice of self-love and letting those desires flower, you are God creator being. You are doing your part to create this universe, to continue the expansion of creation. That's what you're here for. So the most important thing you can do is come back to love and come back to self-love. Self-love is not selfish. It is not narcissistic. It is only through self-love that you can experience all other types of love. Love for another, love for your experience, all of it. Empathy, compassion, all of it. You can't have the rest without really loving yourself. You can have bits of it, dots of it, mock-ups of it. But true compassion, empathy, that doesn't come from anywhere except loving yourself, fully loving yourself. So that commitment to letting go of the stories, the conditioning, the conditioned unlovability, the beliefs, that's the hardest part, the commitment to loving yourself. But if you can do that today, what will happen is doors will begin to open. And those doors, when you walk through them, are going to help you peel away all that is not you, all that is not your authentic, loving self. And the work will happen more quickly. Like the peeling away happens more quickly than the buildup of the conditioning. How cool is that? Like, it's not like, oh, it took me 30 years to build up all this like gunk and conditioning. Now I have to work for 30 years to get rid of it. You don't. Once you commit, it happens very quickly. And all the resources and the teachers, the guides, the techniques, everything you need will come to you. You don't have to go look for it. That's the power of commitment. That's the power of your faith. All right, you got this. And I want this for you with my everything. I want you to experience your version of what I'm experiencing, which is this crazy, fierce alignment with this part of my experience, this part of my life. I want this for you. And not because it's like, it's so calm. It's so easy. It's so natural. And it's such a trip. And I really want this for you. I want this for you because I want you to enjoy your life. I want you to show up every day feeling gratified and excited and fulfilled and eager for what's to come today. Whatever it is, whatever's showing up for you, I want that to be what you want. Moving in the direction of what you want. And I want you to find your light, to find your God self, and do your part in continuing the expansion of creation, and do your part in loving yourself and loving others, so that we can bring this world into this new paradigm, into this golden age where this is just our natural existence, where this is okay, where this is no longer wrong or bad or selfish, where we have a complete paradigm shift in terms of how we live our life, how we bring ourselves, our spirit, our love, our creation into this body, into this lifetime. So let's make that commitment today. Jess says, amen. Yes. Open myself up to those things. Yeah. Let it be easy. Just make the commitment and let everything come to you. It will. It absolutely will. And I cannot wait to hear more about your journey and how that goes for you. All right, my loves. That's today's message. I want to hear your thoughts, your feelings, your hits. What does that feel like to you? What does it feel like in your body? Where do you feel it in your body? How much do you feel like where are you at on this self-love journey? Where do you need support? Where are you struggling? Where is it easy for you? Where it's easy for you now, you get to show up for others. Where it's challenging for you, invite assistance in, invite the people, the techniques, everything in that will support you and bolster you. Because the universe is begging. Here's the thing. When you make the commitment, the power of your commitment puts the whole universe to work for you. Puts the whole universe to work for you. It's begging. It wants you aligned, because your alignment means that it can keep expanding. Your alignment means that creation keeps going. Your misalignment, your stories of unworthiness and struggle and I can't and I'm not allowed, all of that breaks you out of your alignment, and it knocks out the universe at the knees, knocks out creation at the knees. So creation, everything is moving you towards love. The more pain you're experiencing is pushing you towards love, because at some point you're going to get to the point where you're like, oh, this is untenable. And you're going to do a perspective shift. And you can do that perspective shift right now by making that commitment. by making that commitment. Beautiful. Hey, Georgia, good to see you on here. Thank you for the compliment about my hair. I'm really quite thrilled with my hair. Thank you so much. I loved the dreadlocks, but I'm really happy with the new look as well. Appreciate you. Ken, I'm so glad you made it, honey. Thank you, darling, for chiming in. Hello, Amy. Hi, Joyce. Beautiful. Ken, whoa, where we go to Sarah. I'm having better days more often, still blocked on some stuff. I love that you shared this, Sarah, and I love your profile picture, by the way. Your hair looks gorgeous. I'm going to riff on this for a bit here, my darling. You're doing amazing. And I know this because you and I, right, we're meshed. But we're all, like, the human experience is the journey to self-love, the journey to experience, right? The journey to experience. But perfection, enlightenment, not a thing in our reality, because we're like the trees, right? The trees are doing all kinds of weird things, right? Always growing in new directions to reach the sunlight. The sunlight is God, and we are doing, right, all of this to try and move in that direction. So we're going to be going this way and that way and spinning and spiraling and going up, and we're back down. And so that's the human experience, to be blocked on some stuff and to be aligned with other things. And it's all like contrast. Like Abraham Hicks talks about the power of contrast and the positivity of contrast. That's just so valuable in this discussion. Focus on what's working. Keep doing that energy and working on that self-love, and watch the blocks, the obstacles just fall away on their own. Watch space open up. It's amazing. Beautiful, Ken. Still working, still struggling, getting there. It's going to take time and lots more practice, doing what I can, connecting more with spirit. Again, you're doing great as well, Ken. But yeah, it is the work. It's a practice. And I say this all the time, and I'll say it again because it always bears repeating, because humans get so stuck in this perfectionism. We get so stuck in this, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. And what is that? What is that? I'm not there yet. That's where you're not loving yourself. That's the indication that says I am out of alignment with love. And so when you get to that place where you're like, okay, I'm trying, I'm working. I'm not saying this is necessarily you, Ken, but your comment made me feel into this. And I'm working, I'm trying. How can I love myself more right now? Can I take a breath? Where do I feel in my body? Let's move down into it. How can I love myself more? That's the question I want you to really, everybody to go into this week with is, how can I love myself more? In fact, my t-shirt says, love yourself more. Like, how can I love myself more? Love yourself more. Anytime you feel tense, resistant, all those, how can I love myself more? Beautiful. Kim is feeling the expansion and self-love. Yes, girl, right on. Beautiful, Joyce. Always perfect timing with the message. Great. I'm so glad to hear this. This makes me so happy, Joyce. I'm just, every Sunday I get up and I tune in and I go, what you got for me? And 99% of the time I have a great message and it comes through really easily. Occasionally it doesn't, but generally it does. Jess says, I'm learning to just relax and trust. I mean, that's it right there. That's self-love. Relax and trust. You love yourself enough to trust. And you love yourself enough to trust yourself in the moment. That's a really important piece. When we're in resistance and we're in fear, and gosh, that has come up in spades for me. The fear as I'm making this huge life change. The fear that has come up is me projecting myself onto a future experience that hasn't happened, won't happen, and then not being present and relaxing and trusting myself in this moment. When you're present and you trust yourself in the moment, you always know how to respond. I want you to think about a time, like in your life, if you had an emergency situation happen, have you actually been afraid in that moment, or have you been in go, make it happen? The fear comes after the fact. The fear is in remembering, or the fear is in anticipation. It's not real. There's intensity, there's adrenaline, there's holy cow, but the actual fear does not happen in the moment. So knowing you can trust yourself in the moment to respond, to react to whatever shows up for you, that's a powerful way to live. Thank you, beautiful Jess. Stop hurting yourself with negative self-chatter. Embrace and nurture that hurt and pain. Yeah, that's beautiful, Joyce. That's it. The negative self-chatter. I call this the stories in my soulmatic renewal work. The stories loop and loop and loop and loop. And they do. You re-hurt yourself. And you cannot get out of your experience if you're in negative self-chatter. I say put them on the shelf. Like, okay, you go over here, you mental weird space. And embracing and nurturing that hurt and pain, that's exactly it. It's really letting yourself have it. It's letting yourself feel it. It's letting yourself sink deep into it so that you can have the full experience of it and then release it. And that is what the essence of soulmatic renewal, peeling away that conditioning, that unlovability, that stuck energy in the body so you can get to the purity of who you are. And that doesn't mean you never have feelings again. It means you can be present for whatever experience shows up for you, move through it. And that in itself is the expansion of creation. It's beautiful, Joyce. Thank you so much. Loving yourself could also be, I wonder if loving yourself more could also be supporting your friends. Yes, but let's feel into where that comes from. All right. Supporting other people can come from one of two places. It can come from a place of overflowing love because you are in love with yourself and it is like pure and it is pleasurable and it is fulfilling to be pouring that out. Or it could be coming from a place of love me, love me, love me. Fill my cup here. I'll help you. I'll support you. I'll do what I can for you, but I need it back. I need it back. I need it back. And this can often be unconscious. But if you notice that in yourself, don't beat yourself up for it. Don't judge yourself. It's a very human thing. It's also a conditioned response. Simply switch that. My desire to support my friend is coming from a place of codependency, or it's coming from a place of lack or need, or like needing something in return. If that's the case, you don't abandon your friend, but you give to yourself first. And then from that place of fulfillment, you let it overflow onto your friend. Awareness, being self-aware. I have a really strong codependent, like a really big codependent streak that is just like kind of my Achilles heel. I work on it and I work on it and I become aware of it. And this is very much a trap that I have fallen into with my friends and my partners and my families. Let me just give to you. And in the moment, I'm often convinced that it's from a truly altruistic place. And only later, once I'm depleted, do I realize, oh, that was coming from a place of need, not a place of love. When it's coming from a place of love, it feels really light. And like for me, it feels vibration. I can feel the vibrating happening. And it's just like, I don't even notice that I'm doing it. You know, it's not a place of like, look what I am doing, or I'm really conscious of the help that I'm giving. It's almost like the desire I was talking about, like the traveling, it just happens and it's easy and you hardly notice it's happening because it's so natural. The same thing happens when it comes to supporting friends from that place of total fulfillment and love, moving it out of you. Beautiful. Jess, I have enjoyed this, but I'm going to go enjoy the trees out here. Okay, take us with you. Beautiful. I'm going to be there for my best friend through a difficult time in her life, but I have to be careful not to absorb and project her pain. Right. Just awareness, my love. It's just awareness. Once we are aware, game over. Because when you see it, it has to change. You can't keep using the same self-sabotaging behavior when you see that it is self-sabotage. Your spirit won't let you do it. So that's why the commitment is so important. It's important. The commitment leads to the awareness, and that leads to the change. The commitment makes it easy, and you've got that going on in spades. Nicole, totally resonates. Excellent. I'm so glad. I'm always really happy and gratified when the message resonates for you. That makes me feel really good, helps me feel really like full. It's like my ego likes a little bit of validation. So I appreciate it when you send it over to me because, you know, and that's something that we teach in our school too. Is like when we're working on building our intuition and learning about our intuition through the Bhava Spiritual Mission, we're very feedback heavy. The feedback is validation. Yes, you got it. You nailed it right on. And the feedback is also like, oh, not so much, you know, but the validation is really important when we're channeling because we're dealing with something non-physical and we are physical creatures having a physical experience. We need something to sink our teeth into. And feedback gives us that when we're dealing with the ethereal, with the non-physical. So there you go. Love you too, Joyce. Hugs and kisses to you. Thank you so much. Okay. I want to shift gears. I want to do some readings. All right, I haven't done readings in a couple of weeks. Last week, I didn't do the broadcast because I was like kaput. I mean, you should see the state of my apartment as I'm moving, and not just moving. I'm not just moving things. Like everything's going, everything's getting dismantled. It's a totally different energy than moving your stuff from one place to another. It's like, whoa, this is a lot. And it's good, but ooh, it's a lot. And then the week before, I was having a really interesting off week where I was feeling really disconnected from spirit. So I'm excited to do some readings. I'm going to do 5 readings for 5 live viewers. So if you'd like a message, I have cards today. I'm going to use my Osho deck. I just felt really called to, make it physical. I'm going to pull a card for anybody who wants one today. And for me, cards and channeling go hand in hand. It's just something I can look at, and the message is right there. It's sort of like a platform, like a launching pad, right, if you will. So Kira, I would love to give you a reading, gorgeous. What do we got for you, my sweet? I'm bringing you up here so you know this is for you. Going with the flow. And then I always pull one on the bottom too. Success. Ooh, you know what I got for you, darling, with these cards? What you're doing, what you're dealing with, what you're moving towards right now, the less you struggle, fight, and like work hard in the traditional sense, the sooner your success, the fruition of your endeavors is going to show up for you. In this case, success means like, yes, accolades, in this case for you, I feel like it's more like the physical manifestation of what you're trying to build for yourself, of what you're working on. So whatever projects you have running, or even like internal processes that you're working on, let go of the need to control and let it move into existence by itself more and more. That's your work this week, is to let go of control, is what I'm getting, to really work on, like, okay, I'm going to let go of control. I'm going to let go of the needing to do. Also, something I get for you, I'm trying to put this into words, is your success, your manifestation, your achievements are valid, even if you don't like break your back to achieve it. So I'm getting something along the lines of your, there's this belief, this mental set that in order for your achievements or for what you build, what you do to be worthwhile, is if you work crazy hard. Like you're basing your achievement based on how hard you work at it, how much effort you put into it. And spirit is telling me that that's not, try and break that belief set, because it's not valid and it runs you into the ground, is what I'm getting. You just run yourself into the ground, and you don't need to. Things can come much easier for you. Relationships, jobs, money. I'm really feeling it around like money, things like that. Resources, physical things in your physical world can come much more easily to you if you can stop working quite so hard. Now, we do have to work. We're physical, right? We got to get up, we got to go, we got to do some things. But you'll know the difference, because when you're overdoing it, it's not comfortable. It's not pleasant. It's tight. It's exhausting, right? Sarah has a comment. Work smarter, not harder. Yes, well said. Thank you, Sarah. That's probably a better way than I put it there. So good. Okay, good, darling. Hope that was helpful. Okay, beautiful Joki. Oh gosh, did I pronounce your name right, sweetheart? I'm so used to reading it and like saying it in my head. And if I didn't, I'm sorry. But let's give you your reading, beautiful. Let's pull a couple cards for you. I feel like there's a theme here. For you, I got laziness and understanding. Okay, so divine laziness is what I'm picking up. This is not a bad card. There's a time and a place for laziness, and until you stop frenetically in your head and in your life, working, talking, thinking, spinning, that's when understanding comes. Albert Einstein used to say that, when he was thinking about a problem and really trying to figure it out, he never came up with an answer. It's only when he stopped and wandered off and let himself space out that the answer would come to him. And that's what I have for you. Whatever is dogging you, whatever you're trying to figure out, whatever you're trying to make happen through thinking really hard about it and finding solutions, when you stop doing that and you let yourself slip into divine laziness and really let yourself rest, take a break, have a complete off and unplugged day, that understanding will come. It will be really clear, and it'll also feel really good. It'll light up your heart, is what Spirit is saying to me. Oh, heart and power center. You'll feel inspired to take action at that point, but you got to give yourself a break. You got to give yourself time to know. You got to give yourself time to know. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, Kira says spot on, totally resonates. You're so welcome, darling. Okay, beautiful Stella. All right, Stella. Also, quick note, if I don't choose you for a reading, don't worry, stay tuned, because Spirit is efficient. Spirit will get you the answer you need by any means necessary. And just because I'm not like energetically drawn to focus in on you for a reading doesn't mean Spirit isn't drawn to focus in on you for a reading. Okay, so make sure that you take what resonates with you. If I'm talking to, say, Stella, and I'm bringing something through for her, but you feel it reverberate in your body, that's for you. Because Spirit is efficient. Spirit's not like us trying to figure out one linear, hyper focused, physical experience. Spirit is omniscient, omnipotent. All right. It will get to you. All right, Stella. We have comparison and traveling. You need to get out more. You're stuck in your head. You're stuck in your head. You're stuck in little mental boxes. And you need to get out, and you need to have some more experiences of the world so that you can expand your perspective, your perception of yourself, of other people, and where you are in relation to other people, my sweet. Get out in the world. Go out for a walk. Go somewhere new. Go to a new coffee shop. Go get out and just watch people and watch how people are operating and what they're saying and what they're doing, because you need perspective. You're really stuck in comparison mode. You're stuck in boxes in your head, and you need to get out and bust out of those boxes. And just going out and witnessing is going to really expand that for you. It's okay, Spirit says to me, it's okay. Humans do that. That's what our mind defaults to, is boxes and black and white and this or that. But that's not the truth of creation. It's not the truth of divine spirit. So in order to bust out of those mental boxes that you found yourself in, you just need to go look at other people, have some other experiences. You don't even need to interact. I'm getting it. You just look. You just look. Okay, beautiful Georgia. Let's do a reading for you. Baby. We have aloneness and the miser. Okay. Going through some darkness. I feel you going into a bit of a rabbit hole, down a dark rabbit hole. It's not going to last forever. It's an experience that you need to have because it's providing you some important insights and contrasts, but it's going to be a minute. You're going to feel alone. It's going to feel uncomfortable, but it's not, the Spirit saying it's not going to last forever. It's not going to last forever. You're getting a lot out of this dark period. I'm seeing you going through a dark tunnel, right? Moving through a dark tunnel. It is not going to last forever. It's not going to last forever. It's not even going to last that long. Just be present with it. Be present with your experience. Feel your feelings. Put your somatic renewal work to work, and it's going to be okay. It's not going to feel good while you're in it, but you're going to really reap the benefits as you come out of it. But I'm getting that there's not really a whole lot for you to do except just be in it and move through it. All right, my sweet. And remember that you're loved, and remember that it will pass. A lot of it isn't real. A lot of it is like churning. That isn't, not that it's not real. It's just, it's not as, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like, it's not this big tower moment that it feels like. Okay. It's not going to have really super negative, long lasting impact. It's just some darkness that you're moving through right now. And we all go through that sometimes, and you're not alone. And this, again, Spirit just keeps, it's going to pass. It's going to pass. It's going to pass. Just stay with it. Go through it. It's going to pass. Okay. Jim, haven't read for you in a hot minute. Let's do it. Okay, beautiful Jim. What we got? This is our last one. New vision and isolation. Okay, new vision, isolation. Is it icy there, Jim? Are you dealing with some? Okay. So this is really interesting, my love. We have a super like positive, expansive card with a really, really challenging card. It feels to me like you are going through like it's like a ripping open of the chest is what I'm feeling like. You're really opening up to something new, a new experience of yourself, and you're going through a bit of a dark night of the soul as you're moving through that process. This is really normal. Like this is the way that it goes because you are letting go of stories, beliefs, fears, things that have kept you out of your highest expression. That's going away. And a new vision of yourself, of you is being brought out, it's like lit up. And look how much light there is in that card. That is what is happening, but you're moving through some mental nonsense, like mental stuff, like you're breaking is what I'm getting. You're really breaking. You're mentally breaking in the best way. You're breaking out of stuff, stories, mental things that have kept you locked down. That is being broken. And that is a really, that's an ego death is what that is. That is challenging, but it is very much on the path of self-love. So you're doing it, and you're doing amazing. Jim says it's very icy and snowy. Yes. All right, my loves, I am so appreciative of being able to jump on here and do this for you and do readings for you, give you the message. If you have found today's broadcast helpful and relevant, again, please share it with your friends, with family, with anybody who you feel would benefit from this broadcast and this message today and these readings today. And if you would like to support the Bhava Spiritual Mission with a monthly or a one-time donation, you can do so in the comment. The link is in the comment, the description of the video. Any little bit helps. Anything that we can bring in to help us all, support us all in bringing out divine spirit, helping you live in partnership with spirit, being of divine service to you. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm so grateful for you, and thank you. And I'll be here again next week, same time, same place. Let me know if you'll be there. I adore you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye for now.